What an inspiring story that Boyd shared with us, and tremendous, tremendous path of doing good deeds. And that's what it's all about here at West Point. Well, Boyd is with our own Shawn Porter.
Yes, I'm here with Boyd, the Rainmaker Melson. Boyd, what do we see today? How do these cadets feel after being able to perform in front of all of us?
You saw competition.
Yeah.
We're trained to compete.
Yeah.
Everything is set up in this school for you to compete, either individually, collectively, or as a collective team, but one at a time. Always to compete. Coach Barone on the Army boxing shirts, on the back, no retreat, no surrender. Mm-hmm. You didn't really see anyone going backwards, right?
Right.
That's
No,
not the Army way, going forward.
Yeah.
And that's what we saw.
And that's amazing. And so I know you personally, so I know coming to West Point, you had no boxing experience. Most of these cadets have no boxing experience. When you first got here, understanding that boxing would be a required curriculum, what did you think about that, and how did you move through the boxing ranks?
I was super hyped.
Yeah. I
found out, so we finished cadet basic training in August,
yeah,
and before you start your freshman year,
yeah,
and like the next week I found out I'm taking boxing at 7:35 a.m. 3 times a week. And it's the fall into winter, and so we're putting on, it's snow outside,
yeah,
coming out with the mouthpiece, and I called my father up, who's a retired first sergeant. I said, Daddy, we got boxing, rise and shine.
Yeah.
So I was in heaven, and what I found I was able to do is figure out if I was who I believed I was in that ring. And I always thought I was the type of dude who could handle himself, but I didn't know I was never trained.
You've been talking to me. I want you to talk to everyone that's, I believe we're on Twitch TV. I know who you are, and I know what you've gained as an Army veteran. Tell everyone at home what you've gained as a boxer coming through, as a cadet, and coming through what you learned and what you gained as a human being through boxing.
Boxing has really helped build upon, it complemented what I learned by going to West Point, and that is how to not get overwhelmed. How to slow reality down around you so you're breathing, and if you focus on your breathing, everything else slows so you don't panic. So what may look like a split-second reaction in real time is actually thinking and contemplating and going through the drills you've trained and deciding, is this the right time to implement this? So I didn't know which camera to look at, the left or right.
Where's the red light at? Just look for the red light.
I got you. So that's the big, not to get overwhelmed, and that helped me when I was deployed.
Yeah.
Because when you're deployed, you're stuck in the same day for 9 months to a year to even longer, and you know it's going to end, but when every day is repetitive, and after 100 of the same days, you know it's going to end, but you don't really believe it's going to end. Kind of like a really hard training camp where you go through Hell Week that first week. You only know that, so you think that every week is going to be like that, but you get stronger. Your fibers tear, you evolve. So I learned that through here, so I learned how to take it one punch at a time when I was deployed.
Listen, this will be my last question for you, and again, going off of my experience, I feel that boxing and boxers we set ourselves apart from many other athletes. Tell me and what you think, how necessary is boxing to an athlete, boxing to an individual in life?
My coach used to tell me that the only way you really learn about yourself is by physically failing. Because that's when you feel like death may come if you keep going. So failing in something physically helps you reveal, it's like a litmus test. Do you pass the blockers for who you believe you are? There's nothing like a sport that's designed to inflict pain on you, similar in actual fight, to challenge your self-concept. I think every human alive needs to have their self-concept challenge, because they'll learn that they're mortal. They'll have a greater respect for their fellow human.
I believe that.
And they won't be afraid to get tired, because they'll see them when they physically fail, they are still alive.
Still alive, and you can make it
You're
to the
still
next day.
alive. And as long as you're alive, there's hope.
Well, you know I love you. I'll talk to you after all this. And we're sending it back to Bob, I hope, because they didn't tell me what else to do. So we're on Twitch, so we can make mistakes. It's okay.
Dude, good.